and they had the shelf loaded. So I'm like, man, it's crazy profit. So I'm in here like, man, is this real? Like, oh yeah, it's real. So like, I snatched up everything on the shelf. Once I snatched up everything on the shelf, I called every other Marshalls in my area. Hey, I'm looking for this product. Do y'all got it? Do y'all got it? Do y'all got it? They're like, yeah, we just got it. Just got the inventory in. We didn't even put it out yet. It's in the back still. I'm coming to get it. Need it all. So I went to every Marshalls in my area, cleaned up on Spike Bar and every Marshalls in my area. Now on top of that, I know that there's a company named TJX that owns Marshalls. They also own TJ Maxx. They also own Home Goods. Yeah. They also own all these other stores. So what did I do? Call these for, hey, need Spike Bar. Do y'all got them? Do y'all got them? Do y'all got them? Yes, they had them. And I went to every other store as well. Cleaned up until it was just no more left.
We had to start from the bottom. We done heard so many lies, but we still made it this far. Even though they tried to stop us, I can't believe that we made it after they all.
Welcome back to Inspired by You podcast. Today I'm sitting down with Beezy, Mr. App Trappers himself. Not one of the 100 fake pages of him, the real him, you know? Yeah. So for those people who don't know, we went to high school together. And so I really have this really funny story. So I remember, I don't know what year it was, but I remember one time I was going to the honor roll breakfast, and you see me and my friends, he was like, I'm going to be in here with y'all next year. And we was like, you are not coming to the honor roll breakfast. There's no way. And not that making the honor roll is hard, but you don't even come to school enough to make the honor roll. So we was like, you ain't going to be in here. And the next time we went, you came up to us and was like, I told y'all I was going to be in here. We was like, how you get in here, man? But I think you really made the honor roll that time.
I did. One thing about school, I always liked school. I just was kind of a bad kid. So when I wasn't in school, it wasn't because I didn't want to be in school. It was just because I couldn't be in school. I was either kicked out, I was, in and out of jail, whatever, just doing everything a young bad kid was doing back then. Yeah. So yeah, I was always smart. I was always math was my thing. So I ain't gonna say I was always smart in every subject, but math was my thing. I was always good with math. I was always good with numbers. And yeah, I made the honor roll. It was real. It was definitely real.
I just always thought that was so funny. But it also, I guess, put into perspective to me, how many, it made me realize, how many dudes, bad kids or hood dudes, that were in school that really could, do more if they actually, applied themselves and, were able to, stay in school more. And so, look at you now. You really applied yourself and you're really, thriving in what you do. And so you have, all these multiple, streams of income from selling on Amazon to renting out cars and studios. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
No, not really. That's
courses now too. You starting your own course.
I am coaching now too as well. So I guess you can throw that in there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So you've, I guess, kind of started to grow this platform, really talking about how you sell on Amazon. What got you started? What made you choose which way? There's multiple ways you can sell on Amazon. So what was your first, I guess, thought process in trying to sell on Amazon?
So like you said before, I was doing a lot of things. I was doing Turo rental car, Peerspace, doing event spaces and stuff like that. But the one that I did Amazon as well. So I was just doing everything I could, being a serial entrepreneur. And I had to realize that being a serial entrepreneur ain't really the wave. It's not really the thing to do, because if you're, I'm trying to think of this saying real quick. What's the saying? A master. What's the saying? You know what I'm talking about.
Jack of all trades.
A jack of all trades is a master of none, right? So yeah. I had to remember that, and I'm like, man, I'm doing a lot of things, but it's just not, it's not, you would think everybody always talking about seven streams of income and all of that stuff, but it just wasn't 7 streaming for me, you know what I'm saying? So I really just dove into Amazon because I realized that Amazon was the thing that was making me the most money. You can put, let's just say, just starting small, you can put $1,000 and you can double that money in a month or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or even more. But when it comes to Turo and when it comes to Airbnb, not Airbnb, but Peerspace and stuff like that, it ain't the same. So if you buy a car on Turo, let's just say $10,000, right? You buy a $10,000 car. Well, it's going to take you about, let's just say, a year to just make that $10,000 back. If you put $10,000 in Amazon, you can get that $10,000 plus times 2 in that same month or next month on Amazon. So when I seen that, I'm like, okay, this is the move. This is the way. Let me just kind of put everything else on there. Not really put it on the back burner because I still got all that stuff going on. I got the team and stuff like that. It's just helping me out, but. Yeah, Amazon was the move, and I'm like, I got to go all in on this Amazon thing. So I was also seeing people on social media, and you know, everybody posting their little Amazon stuff. So I just started doing my own homework and seeing like, how do I do this thing, you know? So I'm getting into, I was joining all type of free courses, YouTube University, master classes and stuff like that, just trying to learn the game, listening to podcasts. Like, I went like a couple months straight of no music, only Amazon podcasts, only Amazon everything. So I really wanted to learn the game, and that's what happened. And I learned the game. I also did, I can't just say like, it was all me and that was all me, you know what I'm saying? So I did have people that was helping me out, mentors and stuff like that. So I did seek mentorship, and the rest is history.
Man, that's crazy. It's funny because I studied like a little bit of like the Amazon FBA and stuff like that, and drop shipping and all that, like before I started podcasting. And it's funny because there was a podcast, David Shands was interviewing, if some people know David Never Sleeps, he was interviewing this guy that did Amazon FBA, and that's how I found David Shands. And after that, I ended up taking David Shands' podcasting course and like started my podcast after that. Oh, yeah. So like really like Amazon FBA, studying that led me to like podcasting, which is even crazier. Do you remember
who he was interviewing?
Man, what's his name? He like a real popular like
white, black.
He looked Hispanic, maybe.
Will. It was Will.
Is his name Will? I feel like his name ain't Will.
Will Changed Lives? Was that his name?
No, I don't think so. He like I feel like it was like Nick or something like that, or like.
I know Will was on his, but Will was a person that was his name Will Changed Lives. He was the person that I was watching as well back in the day.
Oh, really?
When I first started, so he was one of the people. Like I was just telling y'all about the guy, the Amazon Hustle podcast. Got to shout them out because they got a lot of people on there that was just he was bringing people on that's coming up and people that was growing on Amazon. So his podcast, another podcast I can shout out is Buy Box Bandits. You know. And shout out to one of the owners of Buy Box Bandits. He's actually a friend of mine now. His name is Miles. And he owns one of those Amazon softwares that mostly all the sellers use to find good products and stuff like that. So, yeah, he a good friend of mine as well. So, yeah. Yeah, Amazon, man.
So, even before, I guess, you, like, figured out you wanted to do the Amazon, how did you, I guess, decide to stop? I mean, not, like, stop, but that the trapping on apps was better than, I guess, trapping and hustling kind of in real life. How did you decide, I guess, to make that shift?
I mean, well, so obviously trapping on apps is better than trapping in life. Because, first of all, let me kind of like break down app trappers. And most of the time when you hear the word trapper, you hear drug dealer. You hear a street drug dealer. That's what you hear when you hear a trapper or in the trap or something like that. And that's where I came from. So, I mean, you know me from high school and stuff. I was into everything, drugs, everything. That's why I was in and out of jail and stuff like that. House arrest multiple times in school and stuff like that. Because I was trapping, the ideal trapping, So I wanted to change that stigma. And once I got on, like, I really built app trappers from just doing, being that serial entrepreneur, doing Toro, doing this and doing that. I'm like, I'm on these apps and I'm getting money. Yeah, it was paying my bills and it was good. Like, so I'm like, this is what I'm doing. So I built that brand off of that. So app trappers is not just Amazon. It's like if you get money on an app, if you whatever you doing on it, even if you just doing content and you found a way to get a couple dollars off that from Instagram, that's app trapping. That's you getting money off these apps. That's what it was. So that's what I stuck with. I
like the idea of it because it makes it sort of more relatable for people that's like from the hood or that's because really if a lot of hustlers would, I guess, take that energy and that, like, drive that they put into that and put it into something legal and something, like, they're probably, you don't got to compromise your safety and you'll turn a profit, like, still. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, Lil Baby, like, perfect example. Obviously, he put that same effort into rapping and, like, look where it got him. Like,
yeah, if you're familiar with Alex Hormozy say all the time, if you can sell like a drug dealer, you're gonna be successful. Drug dealers is the best salesman because drug dealers understand business. They understand they understand money. They understand they're not gonna get fucked over or whatever like that. Like they, drug dealers standing on his feet. So it is what it is. If you can sell like a drug dealer, and if you like I'm speaking to my drug dealers out there, to my hustlers that's still out there, man. If y'all just switch it over and figure out, it don't have to be Amazon. Whatever you do, whether it's sales or Toro or whatever it is. Man, if you can sell, like, if you're a drug dealer or if you're a hustler, you're a street dude, you already got a leg up above the competition, and obviously, white people and stuff like that, they look up to us if you really think about it, you know what I'm saying? So, like, they're looking at us like, man, we want to sell like them, but we're looking at them like we want to be like them. So, like, if you really just, drug dealers, listen to me, man, just change your life over, switch it over, get into something else, whether it's Amazon, whether it's podcasting, whether it's, any type of, even working. I mean, I ain't gonna steer away from working because there's people that's working that's making good money, high six figures and stuff like that. So if you can find a good job, just put that drug mentality, that hustler mentality into anything and it's gonna work. So
definitely. How much would you say it takes to get started selling on Amazon?
Okay, so I get this question a lot, and I was ready for this one. So, all right, so I get this question a lot. Now, like I said, I got a coaching program now, and I got a student that's one of my first students. He's actually from our city. He don't live here no more, but he started with $200. So I tell anybody, look, whatever you got, just start with it. But no matter what you start with, you're gonna wish you started with more, because I know sellers that's doing $5 million a month right now. $70 million a year. I know sellers that's doing $400,000 a month. I know sellers that's doing $200,000 a month, and all of them got the same. They say the same thing, like, I started with this much, but I wish I would have started with more. Because once you start making the money, especially hustlers, like y'all know, once you start making that money, it's like a drive. If you put, let's say you got $2,000 and you really have 20 put up somewhere, you really got access to 20. Once you put that 2,000 in, and you see the return on it that first month, 2 months, you can like, okay, I'm going to go grab this 20 and I'm going all in. So I just tell anybody, if you're ready to get started, or if you're trying to get started, start with whatever you got, whether it's $100 or $100,000, you're going to wish you started with more. So just get started.
Definitely. You need at least 40 though, right? Because to sell on Amazon, you got to pay that $40 a month.
Yeah, so right? I mean, yeah, so you do need at least $40.
But
you need $40 to set up your Amazon account and get. Well, actually, so Amazon don't advertise this a lot, but you actually don't need the $40.
Oh wow!
Because if you are, but I don't really push this way either, because they have a $1 per item program. So like,
if you really didn't have that 40, if all you had was the 40, you could start. Really,
you can start with $40 and then just pay them. Just make sure it's in the budget and the profits. That extra $1 they're gonna take out from your product. So, but I say it's not. I don't really push that, because if you can sell 40 products in a day, like in 2 hours, 3 hours, you can sell 40 products real fast, and that'll be your $40. So if you spending $1 per item and you sell, I don't know, even 41 items in that month, you already spent more money than what you had to spend. So I just say go get that $40. So start with $40. Add as much money as you can to that for inventory. Whether it's $50, another $50, another $100, another $200. 2,000, 20,000, 200,000. Put it in there and go all in, because you're going to wish you started with more no matter how much you start with.
Yeah, definitely. When you're selling other people's products, how do you respond when somebody might leave you like a bad review off of, obviously it's not like you didn't make the product, but you're the one that gets the bad review. How do you respond to that?
So I really don't respond. I don't pay attention to that stuff. So like on Amazon, how it works is they leave a review. And if the review is for something like, let's just say this water, for example. I'm selling this water, and they don't like this type of water. They're used to Ice Mountain. This is refreshed. And when they drink it's like, I don't taste right. Tastes like Dasani, and it tastes like this. And they just leaving bad reviews because the taste, I can't control that taste. I didn't make this water. So I just click a button on Amazon and say, remove this review. And Amazon going to remove it as long as it's in the guidelines. So now if I send a half a bottle of water, and they like, hey, I got a half a bottle of water, then that review gonna get stuck on my... They
gonna be like, nah, you gotta keep this review. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's smart, actually, and that's nice that they offer that, like, for y'all.
Yeah.
What's been, I guess, your favorite pickup that you've got that you've been able to make a good profit on?
As far as, like, just a product, just a random product. So, okay, so first I want to say, because I know everybody gonna take this out of context and think this is the way to go, or this is the product to go buy, or so like I want to answer that. I don't know if you got that in your questions, but some people like to ask like, what product should I go get, or what's my first? And I want to say first that there is no first product, or there is no best product. I just say go get the money. So go find the profits, whether you out scanning products in stores, you got wholesalers, you doing online arbitrage, which is same thing as going in the stores but doing it online. However you're finding products, just find the profit. Don't look for a certain product. I can say that grocery items are replenishable, or anything is replenishable. They need to keep buying it. So that's a better, that's something good to go after. Go after some grocery products.
Yeah, I heard
maybe.
like toilet paper was
toilet paper replenishable. Just drinks, food, anything that's replenishable. Deodorants, soaps, stuff like that is cool. Now, as far as like a good product that I could say like made me a lot of profit is, and on my social media, you'll see I got content around this. It's called this product called Spike Ball. If you don't know what Spike Ball is a game, a backyard game, beach game that you spike the ball at the net, whatever. Y'all probably seen me on my TikTok or Instagram. I posted a couple TikToks and stuff about me selling Spike Ball on Instagram. And I'm talking about I was going crazy on Spike Ball for like 3 months. On this product, I was literally probably, I want to say, I don't know the exact numbers, but like tripling my profit, right? So tripling my investment. So I was spending $22.50, selling it for like $69. And after fees, it was almost triple my money, right? So that was a great one for me. And I was selling this for months. And I was probably doing like $9,000 profit on this product every single month, right? So I was getting it out of a retail store. So I started in Marshalls. I was out scanning products. I usually, well, not as much anymore, but I usually go out, go scan products, just hit every store I want to go hit that day and just see what I can find. That day I went in Marshalls, scanned a whole bunch of stuff, seen some stuff, then I seen that Spike Ball. Shout out to Spike Ball, y'all. So I seen that Spike Ball, right? And they had the shelf loaded. So I'm like, man, it's crazy profit. So I'm in here like, man, is this real? Like, oh yeah, it's real. So like, I snatched up everything on the shelf. Once I snatched up everything on the shelf, I called every other Marshalls in my area. Hey, I'm looking for this product. Do y'all got it? Do y'all got it? Do y'all got it? They're like, yeah, we just got it. Just got the inventory in. We didn't put it out yet. It's in the back still. I'm coming to get it. Need it all. So I went to every Marshalls in my area, cleaned up on Spike Ball and every Marshalls in my area. Now on top of that, I know that there's a company named TJX that owns Marshalls. They also own TJ Maxx. They also own Home Goods. Yeah. They also own all these other stores. So what did I do? Call these for, hey, need Spike Ball. Do y'all got them? Do y'all got them? Do y'all got them? Yes, they had them. And I went to every other store as well. Cleaned up until it was just no more left. And that was a real good one for me. You know what I'm saying? So that was profit wise. So that was a great one for me, like profit wise, and that really it really changed some stuff for me. So yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Shout out to Spike Ball.
I do remember that too. I remember seeing it. Like I was like, he really taking all of these off the shelf, like
yeah,
everywhere.
Man, it was to the point where like I didn't have a truck or nothing. So I got a truck, but I didn't have a big enough truck for what I was going to go get. I had to rent a Home Depot truck. I'm like, man, how am I gonna get all this inventory? I went to Home Depot. Hey, I think it was like $20 for 75 minutes or something like that. $19.99. Yeah, let me get that truck. Got the truck. Got the load, loaded it up, dropped it off at so I got my event space and I used it as my warehouse. Dropped it off there, boxed it all up, got it. I had UPS come pick it up. The rest is history. Yeah.
Hey, that's dope though. What has that been? Do you think that's your most profitable product then?
So profitable, like as far as like each item, yes. So as far as like each item, but like as far as in a totality of selling this certain product, no, I wouldn't say that. But yeah, because I got other products that I just sell all day. Like I've been selling for 8 months now. You know what I'm saying? So if you add up all the profits over that, then no. But as far as like one product, yeah, that was one of my biggest ones. Yeah.
Nice. What are, I guess, some of the best categories to look for products?
Okay, so like I was saying before, grocery for sure. Just because it's replenishable, if you like something and you eat it and you want more of it, you're gonna keep buying it. Same thing with drinks, same thing with just anything, deodorants and lotions and everything that you have to keep buying. You really toothpaste and just toothbrushes and things like that people just have to buy.
Is there anything that's like this isn't a good product? Like don't buy this type of thing.
No, I would just say when you scanning products and you looking at the data, the only time it's not a good product if it's just not profitable. If you can't get it for cheap enough, or if it's not profitable, it's not a good product. But I don't look at anything as a bad product. If it makes money, it's a good product. Yeah,
because even things that could be out of season will sell probably next season as soon as it like rolls back around.
Oh no, I got a real good story about that actually. So I was selling a pumpkin spice Febreze spray, right?
Yeah.
And I got it in. Obviously, that's during Halloween time and stuff, but I got it after. I got it like, this was last year, like December, January.
So you probably bought it on discount because it's out of season.
Super discount. But because there's people in this world, remind you, Amazon has 167 million Prime members. That's just Prime members. That's just people who pay to shop on Amazon. That's not including the people who don't, because I'm pretty sure there's people in this room that don't have an Amazon account or don't have an Amazon Prime account, but they still shop on Amazon. Yeah. So it's so many, the volume is there, right? So I got this, that Febreze, with like pumpkin spice, right? And it was in December. It was after the season, But because people love their flavor, their fragrances, and their things, they want pumpkin spice all year round, and they're gonna pay the premium to keep their house smelling like pumpkin spice.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, even when it's out of season, it's almost better when it's out of season because it's.
Because then you can charge more too, because it's more of like a hotter commodity then, because you can't just find it anywhere. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned a few stores. What are the best stores to go around and look for these products?
I mean, it's just like I can just say this. I always tell everybody, look, you can drop me in a gas station, I'm gonna find something. It's like I don't really even have a best store. I would just say, because every area is different, so I can't even, like, people may be watching this from different cities, different states. Every area is different. And I would just say, like, the Costco's and the Sam's Club and the discount retailers, and, I mean, but even Walmart and even Target and even stuff, like, I done got products from everywhere. Like, y'all can go to my social media right now, I got every store on there. I done been everywhere and just getting products. So, like, I couldn't put a certain store in that category. I would just say go hit them all until you find. Now I do know in my area which ones, like, okay, I'm hitting this first, because I always get the most out of here. Yeah. But most of the time those are stores that's like strictly in that area. So I got stores. I'm in the Chicago area right now. So I got stores that's literally only there, like discount stores that you. So y'all that's watching right now, you'll be in your city. You're like, oh, there go this discount store that. It's just in your city, ain't nowhere else in the world, but they got sauce in there. They got so many gems that y'all need to go be picking up. So go into those stores actually first. So like, let me answer with that. Like any like local wholesaler, discount retailer that you wouldn't really find anywhere else in the world, they usually have a lot of good stuff. And that's where I get a lot of good stuff from as well. So
definitely. Yeah. What are some other things that somebody might learn in your course that you offer?
Okay. So my program, right, I'll give you a quick, because I can talk all day about my program, but I'll just give you a quick rundown. So my course, I have a course in my program, right? So the course isn't the program. My course is in my program. It's about 30-something videos, and it's literally me. It took me months to shoot this because it's me showing my computer screen, going inside my Amazon account, showing you my products, boxing them up, shipping them out, all of this stuff, right? So that's the course that's inside the program, but also in the program, most of my students get the most benefit from my live coaching calls every single Sunday. And also I do calls as needed. So Zoom calls as needed for, when you join my program, you get Zoom calls as needed. And I also do, so like, I got one of my students right now, his name is Fernando. He's very successful right now in his very first month of Amazon. He's doing real good. He did over 12.5K very first month on Amazon. But the reason he was able to do it like that is because he's in my program, one. And obviously he was able to just, every product he found, he was just sending me products like, hey, BZ, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about that? And I wasn't just telling him, yes, go buy that, no, don't buy that. I was breaking down why he should buy it, why he shouldn't buy it, and the rest is history. Now he barely even see me, he barely even be on our coaching calls now because he gets so much money, what I'm saying? He like, I got the sauce, now I'm good, so, and that's how I want everybody to be, I want you to not need me, and I know I did my job right, so.
Definitely. Well, that's good. Where can people find that course?
So you can just hit me up on hit me up on IG, hit me up on TikTok at BZEsco574, and honestly, if you just DM me the word, let's do imperfect. By the time this video come out, I just do 50% off for anybody who come in with that word imperfect. It's 50% off for you, so we're gonna do that as well. So by the time this come out, it'll definitely be up there. Just DM me that word.
Period. There we go. Yep. If you don't mind me asking, how much did you sell on Amazon last year? So you don't have to tell us your profits, but like, what was your sales volume like? Okay, so last year I did. So you want me to tell you the exact number? If you got it, like. I got it, but okay. So let me just tell you, it's definitely over 6 figures. Okay. This year I'm doing 7 figures. I'm stamping that, but it's not in the lower 6 figures. Okay. Yeah. So let's just say, do the math. On an easy month, 30 grand, 20 grand. Okay. On a bad month, well, usually a bad month's about 20 grand or something like that in sales. So, 20, 30 grand a month. Y'all just do the math on that, and that's about what it is. So, right now, that's what it is for me. I know people that's doing way more. I know people that's doing less, but I can tell you right now, this year, 2024, we're in 2024 now. I'm going for the million easy. So, and I got, it's easy. I'm going for the million. And really the only thing that's stopping me, stopping you, stopping anybody that's watching from going for the millions, it's just the budget, the funding. So once you get the budget, like you said, how much you want to start with? If you start with $200, you ain't gonna make no $200,000-300,000 this year.
But if you start with, let's say 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, that 200, 300,000 in sales is very easy. Now, if you're starting with 200,000, 100,000 or something like that, that million is, you're going to blow that out, in a few months. That's easy. So really, it's up to you. It's up to your budget. Whatever you start with, just get started. But I can say right now, hey, we on Imperfect right now, and I'm going to tell y'all, next year, we may come back, and we're going to talk about some millions.
Okay. Nah, definitely. Plus, like you said, it's the most important part is just get started, because honestly, like, the time is gonna pass no matter what, like whether you start with that 200 or 2,000, like, and so you might as well just get started with the 200. Yeah. Then next year, you'll be starting with a lot more than you started with before, but you ain't gonna start with nothing if you don't start. So.
That's a fact.
So you've grown like a decent following on social media. What helped you kind of grow your following?
Just doing Amazon content, really, just showing what I'm, just documenting my journey and showing what I was doing. And that really I started with TikTok. I didn't start with TikTok, but TikTok was what blew up first. And I just started documenting my journey, showing myself inside the stores, showing myself sending out products, showing like profits, showing the money that I was making and stuff like that. And that it just kept growing. People wanted to see me doing what I was doing. And on top of that, I was giving out a lot more information than the average Amazon guy was giving out. And I was just giving them the information and just giving it to them, and they loved it. So they just kept following, and that was it. I grew like 80,000 in 6 months on TikTok. Yeah. And then it started to transfer over to IG. So I started noticing like the videos that go viral on TikTok, they're about to go viral on IG most of the time. So I was just doing that. I was just posting on the same stuff on both platforms, and both of them started going up a little bit. So
that's dope. It's funny because I've heard other people like talk about it. Like talk about you, they be like, yeah, there's this dude that posts Amazon content. I'm like, yes, we went to high school together. And they be calling you obviously by your Instagram name, but I know your government name, so I just be sitting there like, like, like it's different. But so you're saying you took like, I don't know if you know who Gary Vee is, but Gary Vee always talk about the free, give away the free, and then people learn to trust you, and then it's like, then you can convince them to do things like join your program or take a course. I always think that's like a dope method to start with. So you've sort of also found your people kind of down in Atlanta this year and other places. Why do you think it's important to surround yourself around people who are moving in a similar direction as you?
So man, this last year I really it took me a while to figure this out. I didn't even know this is like the ultimate hack. Like the ultimate hack. So whichever camera right, the ultimate hack, right? Is finding someone in your field that is doing something that you want to do at a very high level and just paying them for the information. And just pay them to walk you through step by step. That is the ultimate hack. The ultimate. And then like if you're a good person, you're a cool person, that goes way longer than just like buying somebody's program or buying somebody's course or something like that. Because I got like one of my mentors right now, his name is Nehemiah Davis. And we joined this mentorship. Me and my guy AR who behind the camera. We joined this mentorship and it really, like, just joining that mentorship is different. Like, you really get a lot of insight. You really get, like, you next to, like, he got plaques on his wall for $5 million in one day. So he made $5 million in one day. $1 million, he got multiple plaques, $1 million in a day. So, like, when you get around stuff like that, it's like, and one thing I learned from him, once you see it, you can't unsee it. So now you see things like that, and you see, you're around people like that. It's like, whoa, how can I get it? And obviously the game is to be sold, not told. So, hey, look, man, how can I get it? Here you go. And that's it. Like, so, man, that's the ultimate hack. Just find somebody like you said you did. You join somebody's program on the podcast and look at you now. Man. So, and you probably wouldn't be as far. I'm not saying you wouldn't be far, but you wouldn't be as far and know as much as you know without joining certain programs and getting in certain communities.
Definitely.
So yeah.
I think too, like even one thing that I did last year was I went to like a conference. Like I went to multiple conferences, but like that's really like an underrated thing that like a lot of people don't realize. And I think y'all went out and did the same thing. Y'all went to like, would y'all go to InvestFest? Like something like that. We went to VCon, which is Gary Vee's like kind of the same conference, but it's like really like a lot of creators. And no, for real, you should go. It's in LA. It's gonna be super fun. But yeah, like literally going to like a conference is like, how much do we pay for our tickets? Like $250 or something like that. Like for $250, we drove down to Indianapolis for the weekend and literally met like so many creators, met so many connections. I was able to interview like producers and talk with another podcast that I really like, on like a really intimate level that is crazy that like for $250, I got to connect with all these people, and I'm like, people really like be missing this like simple hack, like, and the same thing with like joining courses or like programs or mentorships, like you really. I mean, you got to pay to play sometimes, but it's like, once you get in there, usually you know, like, we just went and seen LaRussell last week. He took us to lunch. Like, you know, like, I got his phone number. Like, I can hit him up, you know, if I'm, like, coming out to the Bay Area and be like, what's up? So, like, once you build those connections with people, you build other connections with other people, like. Yep. And the only reason I got to interview him was because I met his cameraman when I came down there for work. And, like, we shot an episode together, and I started posting those clips. And LaRussell seen them and was like, yo, what's up? Let's get an episode in. He didn't even know that I didn't live out there. Like, you know, so, like, you meet one person, and then you meet another person. And so, like, I'm sure y'all met other people through Nehemiah. Y'all done been out to his crib and then sat at a table full of people, like, grinding. Yeah, exactly. See? Like, man, people, we sleep on that. Like,
yeah, and, like you were saying, just meeting other people outside of the person that you may have paid to get in his thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, people that just join my program, right? I got my guy AR who behind the camera, he do credit, right?
Yeah.
He help you get funding, he help you fund your business and stuff like that. People who join Amazon, they need funding. They need, you know, so every other week, every couple weeks, I have him jump on my Zoom calls and hey, come help some people get their credit right so they can continue to grow. So, I mean, it's just like that type of stuff. So same thing with Neo. We joined his mastermind. We joined his program and stuff like that. We run into so many people. One of the Amazon guys, who's also another Amazon guy who was once in his program. I ran into him. And he like, yeah, are you in the program? Well, guess what? Here go this book that made me $10 million. You need to read this. Okay, yeah. Call my girl like, hey, order this right now. Like, what do you mean? Like, order that. So yeah, I mean, just get in them rooms, like, and then the money I paid, like. Like the information you get, trust me, y'all, just get in the rooms, however you got to get in there. Whether it's $250 or $25,000 or whatever the number is, don't think about the number, think about the investment. How much is it costing you? And I learned this from Neo, I'm going to steal this from you, Neo. How much is it costing you not to do it, right? So a lot of people be like, man, how much is it going to cost? Like when they ask me, hey, Beezy, how much it costs to be in your program? How much does it cost you not to be in the program? How much does it cost you not even just take my program out the equation? How much does it cost you not to start Amazon? Because according to statistics, the average person getting $211,000 a year on Amazon, just average, the average person. So it's costing the average person $211,000 a year not to do it. So you got to ask yourself that, like, okay, yeah, it may be this investment right now, but how much would it cost me if I don't make this investment? So that's how you gotta start looking at things too, and that's how rich people look at stuff. They don't spend money; they invest money. And they, you know, they don't care about the number. Most of the
time, they invest money to get their time back too, which is the thing. And that's the thing, like, how much is it costing you? Because really, it might not cost you like a lot of money to not do something, but it's definitely gonna cost you your time. Because if they don't take your course or they don't take your program, like, how much more time are you gonna spend on YouTube and other free, you know, avenues? Like you said, you put in so much work in the beginning, but it's like you can pay a little bit and learn from somebody that did all the work already.
Yeah, I'll just say in my beginning, like my very first month on Amazon, I made $0. I like broke even because I thought I knew everything. I thought, you know, going to get all that free information and just trying to just put pieces together that it'll work. Luckily it didn't kill me, but I did break even and I wasted time. Now I wasted 30 days of my life. I'm like,
I mean, it wasn't a waste, though, because now you learn these things and these gems and these lessons from those mistakes that you now can teach in your course, though. So it really ain't, you didn't waste it. Yeah. But if you had, you know, in the beginning maybe paid for somebody else's mistakes to learn from those, then, like, you know, you would have got that 30 days back and probably made some money. But
I mean, it wasn't even just the 30 days. So the 30 days, I made nothing. The next 2 or 3 months, I made a little bit. I didn't know what I was doing for real until I really went to go seek the information from the right people. So, I mean, you got to go get that information, and you will waste time not going to go do it.
No, definitely. Another thing, too, about getting in those rooms, I know you talked about, like, paying, but a lot of times most, like, people that are, like, higher up, like, if you can get in contact with them and you offer them something of value, like, even if it's like, yo, I'll come shoot, you know, for free. Like, let's say you got a camera, you like, yo, what you need? Like, you can get in those rooms in other ways, like, or like I said, you know, with the conference, like, you'll bump into somebody, you know, and then you can offer them up, like, something of value, like.
Yep, just don't go in with the mindset of, I'm looking for something back.
Yeah.
Because when you go in with that mindset, you usually don't get nothing back. You just do some free stuff. But when you go in
no, definitely.
And you, like, you know.
You just want to be around their energy.
Like what bro did right here. Like, hey, I just want to show you this and I want to do this for you and I want to do that. Like, I'm not looking for, like, obviously you ain't finna make me rich right now. Like, so, like, I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for a connection. Definitely. And if you go looking for that, then that's what you're going to get it every time. So.
Most def. I guess, why do you think, I mean, maybe we already kind of answered this. Why do you think it's important to find a mentor? Like a specific mentor?
Man, just like we said, man, it's just the ultimate hack is gonna skip the line. It's like so for example, right? I use this example a lot. You got free information, you got ebooks, you got courses, you got mentorship. All right. Now, the free information, it's like, let's say we in South Bend, Indiana, far away from California. If you want to get to California, I look at the free information as walking to California. It's like, you're going to get there, but it's going to hurt. And it's going to be long. And you're going to be hungry. And you might, you never know what you run into, right? But you're going to get there. Then you get to the ebook, right? I'm in the car now, right? It's still a long drive. And I still may run into a lot of obstacles. I got to fill up gas. I got a whole bunch of inconvenient things, right? Then you get to the course, right? The course is like, all right, I'm on the plane now, right? I flew out here, right? But I ain't in first class or nothing. I'm on the plane. I'm going to get there. But I gotta, do the fat guy sitting next to me farting and this lady snoring, and you gotta go through that, right? But you still gonna get there. And then you got the mentorship, right? That's the private jet. That's the wine on the you get the big seat. You kick your leg. You can go to the bed on there, and it's like just easy. It's just easy. You gonna get there real easy, right? And with value, like, so it's just like, yeah, I want that private jet every time. Who don't want that private jet? And it's the same reason why some people drive to California or some people fly, the commercial flight, and why some people get the same flight, not the same flight, but they're taking the same time, doing the same thing, flying the same flight basically, but they're paying way more. Why? Because they want that private jet access. They want to get there smoother, easier, better, right?
Yo,
so that's basically what it is.
That's a bar though.
Yeah.
That's really a gem though, for real. When you think about it like that, it breaks it down so much easier.
Yeah,
and a lot of times too, the barrier is like money. So like if somebody was walking to California, they probably ain't got nothing to their name. Which, like, if you really ain't got nothing to your name, all you got is your phone. YouTube is your best resource. Right. Like, literally, everything on there is free. And it's like, all right, if you got a little bit, you probably gonna drive, And that's like, you might buy, like, the cheapest course possible, like that sort of thing. So, no, definitely. Man, that's a bar. What advice would you give to those wanting to start in Amazon or rent on Turo or rent an event space out or any sort of, like, app trapping?
My advice is just get started. Anything and everything, no matter what it is, it's gonna work if you work it. One thing is for sure, it's not gonna work if you don't work it. If you do, and I ain't saying like working for a week or 2 weeks or 2 months, or it might even be 2 years, right? But if you sit there and you grind it out and you work it, everything is gonna work because everything is working for somebody. If you want to do Turo, you only want to do Turo because you've seen somebody successful doing it. If you want to do Amazon, you only want to do that because you've seen somebody. If that person, but you don't know what that person went through either to get there. So as long as you work it like that person did, you'll be just like that person. And if you want to skip the line, you want to get on that private jet, you just contact that person and say, hey, put me on the jet with you, how much it costs? And he's going to put you on the jet with you. So, I mean.
No, definitely. Do you got any funny stories, I guess, from selling Amazon or Turo or anything like that? Or maybe it wasn't funny at the time either, but.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I can say my Turo story, right? Turo, boy. So I got a lot of stories with Turo. People done crashed my cars. People done stole my cars. Yeah, like I had somebody come steal my Jeep. I got a Jeep Trailhawk, right? It's an all-terrain vehicle. And some guy, he rented it, and he just didn't bring it back. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? So I'm contacting him like, what's going on? Are you going to bring it back? He hit me back like, I need $2,000. And I'm like, no, I'm not giving you $2,000 to bring my... First of all, when you get into any business, right, you have to have a business mindset. So when I got into Turo and I got my cars and stuff, those were strictly for Turo. Those are strictly to make money off of. And I understood the insurance, Toro's insurance, I had insurance. So if you steal my car, they're going to pay me.
Yeah.
So please steal my car, right? It's about $45,000. I need that. Steal that, please, so they can cut me a check. I don't care. I'm going to buy a new car. So in his mind, he like, hey, I'm getting over. I'm gonna get $2,000. But I told him, do your thing, bro. And he was like, dang. But eventually, he was a dummy. Like 10 minutes from where he picks the car up at, he got caught in the same area. Police pulled him over, and yeah, that was that. But yeah, he wanted $2,000 and he wasn't getting it. So yeah.
Did Toro offer you anything like in compensation for him stealing your car?
Yeah. So they compensate you depending on what the situation was. So for his situation, he only kept it like an additional couple extra hours, maybe 8 extra hours if you do the math. So they paid me for another day. They paid me for like he didn't bring it back on full. He didn't bring it back. It was smoked in the car, so like $250 for a smoking fee. Didn't bring it back on full, so however much it was to fill it up, plus an extra $10, and then it's all type of other stuff. But like I think I got like an extra $500 off that or something like that for him stealing it. It wasn't much, but
dang.
Yeah, I was like, go ahead. I mean, you can take it if you want to. I'd rather take the $45.
When the police found him, you was probably like, dang it. Like,
I definitely was. I'm like, man, I don't care.
Man, if only you had a Kia, they would have never brought it back.
For real, yeah.
Man,
yeah.
So I'm sure this was probably your like most profitable year in general, and maybe on Amazon.
Yeah.
You also went through, I guess, a lot this year. How did you, I guess, keep yourself kind of pushing through these times?
Yeah, 2023 was a heavy year for me. I lost my mom.
Sorry to hear that.
I don't want to get too deep in that. I start crying on here,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, like lost my mom. My dad, who been locked up since before I was born, he got out in 2019, went back this year, last year, 2023.
Damn.
Now looking at a life sentence again. So like, I didn't really have a relationship with him, a little rocky and stuff like that. So yeah, it was just rough. It was real rough on me, you know what I'm saying? Which is, I mean, it was just hard. Like, I couldn't even really tell you how I got through it. I just got through it. I just kept working, and that's the only thing that kept me going. Just continue to work, and anytime my mind wander off on something else, I just gotta put more work in and just keep it moving. So right now, I ain't went through it, or I haven't got through. I can't even say I got through it yet.
Yeah.
I can just say I'm still working. I know what my mama want for me. My brother, I wear him on my neck every day. I lost him in 2011, and yeah, I know what they want for me. I know, I just continue to do what I do for them.
Definitely. If you could see the 15-year-old you, what would you tell him? That's the getting locked up and barely making the out of road breakfast.
Yeah, 15-year-old me, I caught my first case. Caught my first case, went to the juvenile the first time. I was 15. Then went like 5 times after that, from 15 to 17. Then, but like 15-year-old me, man, I would just say, man, stay out the streets. I guess that's an easy one. I don't even want to say that. Like, I would just say, I'm going to say that too. Stay out the streets. Like, I was in the streets heavy. I was just into a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to be into. But 15-year-old me and 15-year-old whoever watching this, man, just find you a mentor. Find you somebody. It don't have to be a paid mentor. It don't have to be, just find somebody that's doing something on a high level and just get next to them, shadow them. Just try to get around, because I don't want you to be like me. When I was from 15 to 22, I probably went to jail 8 to 10 times. I was in school on house arrest 3 times. Just crazy, right? And it really, I ain't gonna say it messed up my life, because it made me the person I am today.
Yeah.
But like, I really wish I would have known the things, or been into the things that I'm into now back then. At least coming out of high school, because even coming out of high school, I was still messed up. I still only knew the streets. I was still in the streets. I was still doing my thing. I was still catching cases, and yeah, it was just a bad situation for me. And I don't want nobody to have to go through that type of stuff. And as a matter of fact, I got somebody in my program right now. He just turned 19, and man, he a young dude from Florida, Jacksonville, Florida. Is he Jacksonville? Jacksonville, Florida, bro. You know who you is. And man, like, I really want to see, like, I'm really like holding on to him, because I want to see him really grow. I want to see him thrive, because when I was 19 years old, I was locked up. I was in the streets. I was selling drugs. I was doing any and everything. Like, I was just doing it all. Like, so for the young people out there that's just getting out of high school, that's still in high school, find you a trade. It don't have to be a trade in school like they do, whatever. find you some type of trade, whether it's somebody like me that's doing Amazon or somebody who's doing podcasting or somebody who's doing something that you want to do, and just try to figure out a way to become an asset to them and see if you can benefit them in any way. And if you can benefit them in any way, then your opportunities are endless. So,
man, definitely. Because imagine what million year you would be on now if you had started back when you was 19.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you get, I don't want to say you get a second chance in a sense, but like now you get to do this program and like you can find these 19-year-olds that need somebody like you to, and like you can help them change their life. And so it's like, luckily, I don't say luckily, but unfortunately you did go through like the things you did, and but now you get to kind of, I guess, do your own version of like changing the world in a sense, like, and from those mistakes comes, you helping somebody else.
Yeah.
So last question, if you could drop your biggest gem for the world, what would it be?
Let me think.
Look straight at the camera.
Yeah, let me think on this one real quick.
Yeah.
If I would drop my best gem on the world, what would it be?
Your best quote, your best advice, like.
I'm trying to think of a good one. I ain't trying to be cheesy with it though. I'm trying to really give some good, like give somebody something to just put on their brain. You know what I'm saying? Man, I got a lot of them though. I got some that's going through my mind right now, but I don't wanna. Man, just man. I'm gonna give him an easy one, man. I'm gonna give him an easy one, but it's like you really need to stick to whatever you do. Like if it's Amazon or if it's whatever you do, whatever your passion is, whatever that is, man, just stick to it, because like I'm an example of it. I tried any and everything, even before I was doing Toro and Peerspace and all this other stuff. Like I was trying way more stuff than that, and like just stick to that one thing, and I can promise you it will work. You have to master that one thing though. Like for example, like I'm doing this Amazon thing, and I do have a coaching program, but if I didn't go through what I had to go through, and I didn't master my craft, like I spent hours, like hundreds of hours, only consuming Amazon content. Only, just really trying to master my craft. And once you become a master at what you do, nobody can take that from you. And people gonna want to pay you for it as well. So master that craft, regardless of what it is. If it's app trapping on any app, or even if it's working at your job, master your job so you can move up, right? Master the manager's position so you can take his job and you can move up. Like master whatever you're doing. Just master it, man. Just master it. That's all I can say.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you. It was an honor. I'm glad we got to do this when we finally connected.
For sure.
Man, 574 forever.
574. Let's get it.